The regular Eveleth City Council meeting scheduled for 5 p.m. November 1st, 2022 will now come to order. Quit laughing, we haven't even started.
I gotta laugh, it's the ghost sign.
Roll call.
Councillor Rousey.
Yeah.
Councillor Koivunen.
Here.
Councillor Lewis.
Here.
Mayor Vysalovich.
Here. Approval of minutes of City Council Workshop of October 13th. Approval of minutes, City Council Workshop, October 17th. And approval of minutes, City Council meeting, October 18th. Anybody have any questions or concerns, changes? If not, I'll ask for a motion and we approve these minutes.
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen, do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Rousey, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Item D, approval of tonight's agenda. Anybody have any changes, additions, corrections? If not, I'll call for a motion that we approve tonight's agenda as it stands.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis, we have a support.
Support.
Support by Koivunen, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. No appointments, presentations, consent agenda. Approval of payroll, October 1st through the 15th. Approval of claims for October 2022. And 3, request for 5 EMTs to attend the Arrowhead EMS Conference in Duluth, January 25th through the 29th. If no one has any objection, I'd like to just approve these 3 items in one motion. Call for a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Motion made by Rousey, there is support.
Support.
Support by Koivunen, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. No public hearings, no unfinished business. And let me see here. Under new business, item 1. AED grant award to the police department. Chief, you want to just give a quick
Yeah.
summary of what this is?
Yeah. So this past spring, we were approached by the University of Minnesota. They were the recipient of a larger grant from the Leon and Harry Hemsley Charitable Trust Grant. And part of that was, it's a 3-year project that they're working on. And their goal is to get an AED in every squad car in the state of Minnesota. And we happen to be the first region that rolled out in. We previously had 3 AEDs, we now have 5. Part of the grant was to get in every single car that we have. So the 3 primary squads are backup and then our admin. Part of accepting the grant is we have to donate our 3 old ones to either a business in town or another community. So that's what we do. To accept the 5 new ones that we got and to donate the 3 used ones. And I've been working with our EMS operations supervisor, Therese, and she's suggested the following 3 under John's Drug, the Ring Sportswear and Grill, where they had an incident a couple weeks ago down there, and then the Eveleth Market, the grocery store. To donate our 3 used ones.
Okay, you found homes for those.
Yep.
All right.
And part of the grant also is it replaces any batteries, any pads that we use, we don't want to purchase those anymore. It's all part of this grant. So,
Well, that sounds like a pretty
yeah.
good deal there. Anybody have any questions? If not, I'll ask for motion that we accept this grant award.
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen, do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Lillis, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Item 2, resolution to apply for IRRB Development Partnership Grant Program. And the reason for this is we're exploring the future uses of the Rockridge Eveleth campus, and we had a consultant up here, was it a week ago?
A week ago in the last city council meeting, you folks approved
Okay.
his recommendations.
So, which I think would be kind of an exciting project to see what he has to say, and he sounded really positive. he's been doing this for quite a while, so I think we got, pretty good experienced individual to take a look at this for us. Anybody have any other discussion? If not, I'll call for a motion that we approve this resolution.
So moved.
Motion made by Rousey, we have support.
Support.
Support by Koivunen, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye, opposed, motion carried. Quote from Midstate Incorporated for a new dump truck with plow. $241,000.05. Now, is this an electric one? They got solar panels on it or a propeller to generate some electricity, or is this gas or diesel?
Yeah, not quite, yeah, it'll be a diesel engine again. And unfortunately, he gave me the okay to look into them at a workshop, and we can't even get one until 2024.
I was gonna ask you the lead time,
We
yeah.
have to get on the list, and we can most likely get one in 2024. And prices have went up a lot.
I've got just one question. And it's pretty easy. We had the two we changed the boxes up.
Yes.
Okay, now we have another one that's gonna more or less shit the bed pretty quick.
Well, our oldest one we use only for in-town projects. We don't really take it out on highway. It's not a really bad truck, but it's old, very used.
It's leaky.
It's just old and,
So if we, and then I gotta ask Jackie, if we give an okay for this, they're not gonna get it for 2 more years anyway, and that's about the time something's gonna break.
well, we do have the plow trucks that we use. That oldest one, we don't use plowing right.
Okay.
So that's only used for water breaks and things like that. So hopefully that'll, be good enough to run around town and doing those type of projects for a couple of years. But when we get the new one, then we will wanna either sell it or trade
And
it.
do we put away for a new one?
Well, I'd have to ask Jackie about that. I know our loan that we have on our last one is expiring this year. It'll be done this year.
So then,
So then I think what we should do when we have our meeting in a couple of weeks about the budget, we should do a set aside, kind of like we did for the ambulance. We
Yep.
set some money aside one year and set some money aside the next year. And if we have to, we can always have an equipment certificate through the bank, okay? But I think we should do those set aside.
well, that's what I was kind of going for, because we won't get it for 2 years, so this is about the time we should start worrying about it.
Yes.
Because it's not a life or death situation yet, but we've had it where we've had to get a piece of equipment right now, and we didn't know what we were doing for it, so. Okay, you answered my questions, thank you.
Any further questions? Call for a motion that we approve this quote from Midstate Incorporated for a new dump truck with a plow.
So moved.
Motion made by Rousey, do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Koivunen, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 4, Exhibit B from Resolution 2019-05, slip ramp from Hattrick Avenue to Fail Road in West Eveleth sanitary sewer improvements. And this involves bonding, Jackie?
It does. We don't have the financing determined yet, but we have to have this in place. So if we do have a bond, that it pays us back for our expenses we incurred before the bond is sold.
Anybody have any questions? If not, I'll call for a motion and we approve this resolution.
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen, do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Rousey, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Item number 5, resolution authorizing the city to make application to and accept funds from the Minnesota Department of Iron Rain Resources and Rehabilitation for the slip ramp from Hattrick Avenue to Fail Road. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, call for a motion that we approve this resolution.
So moved.
So made by Lillis, we have a support.
Support.
Support by Rousey, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Item 6, revisions to ambulance operating guides. Chris, you want to comment on those? What we changed and?
Just one small change regarding the number of shifts that you're able to sign up for. So right now, it's a maximum, we have the shift supervisors and the regulars, and the shift supervisors are all required to work a minimum of 3 regular shifts a month as well. And right now, they can sign up for a maximum of 10 shifts on the first of the month, and then later on in the month, they can sign up for more. We're moving it from 10 shifts to 7 shift supervisor shifts or lead shifts and 3 regulars, just to keep the schedule a little bit more open for some of the other shift supervisors who aren't able to jump on right away.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes if they, you know, if Johnny were to not sign up until November 5th, you know, instead of on the 1st, maybe all those shift supervisor ones would already be full. So we're just getting a little bit more wiggle room there and to ensure that our shift supervisors are working at 3 in a month.
We've got some more
Regulars.
more flexibility there.
It is more flexible, yes.
Anybody have any questions for Terese on that guidelines? If not, I'll call for a motion that we approve the revisions to the ambulance operating guidelines.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis. We have a support.
Support.
Support by Koivunen. Any further discussion?
I'll be abstaining.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. Item number 7, helicopter ambulance intercept and support services agreement with North Memorial Care. Terese, is there something, this is the standard one or different?
No, it's just the standard one. This is kind of a renewal. There's a intercept agreement, just like the ground ambulance. There is a paramedical
okay.
as well, and our 2 are Lifelink and Lifelink 3 and North Memorial, and this is just a renewal.
Anybody have any questions on this agreement? If not, I'll call for a motion that we accept this agreement with Northland Memorial.
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen. Do I have a support?
Support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Opposed, motion carried. Item 8, resignation of Elena Zleeman, did I say that right? Elena, okay. It's EMT. Well, looks like she's advancing her career, so wish her luck, and ask the council that we send her a letter of thank you for her service on the ambulance service and accept her resignation.
So moved.
Motion made by Koivunen. Do I have a support?
Support.
Support by Lillis. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 9, authorize hiring of firefighter. Raymond Michael Elg, okay. Anybody have any questions? If not, call for motion. We take the recommendation from Chief Sperlin.
So moved.
Motion made by Lillis. Do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Rousey. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item 10, letter of support for Iron Range Brownfields program to apply for a fiscal year 23 Brownfield assessment grant from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Jackie, can you enlighten us a little?
I can. We have participated with this local coalition a couple of times. That's where we got the funds to do all of our environmental investigation and write our response action plan for down at the Alice location. So there, every couple of years, the group reapplies again because there's plenty of projects throughout our area. So this is just our supporting the city of Virginia to move ahead and make that application. And if we end up having a project, we're able to ask to get funding from that grant, being a member of this coalition.
So it's good for us.
It's good for us.
Yes. Anybody have any questions? If not, call for a motion that we approve this letter of support.
So moved.
Motion made by Rousey. We have support.
Support.
Support by Koivunen. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carried. That takes care of new business. Council presentations and committee reports. Anybody have,
You waited 2 weeks to hear about the HRA meeting, because we always have it the day after our
Yeah.
last
you
meeting.
got anything to enlighten us on?
Well, everything is going wonderful. We're in the process. I think it's just have to wait for delivery for a very nice snow removal, grass cutting type device, about 28K. But they should be able to handle, they have a lot of sidewalks and stuff up there. And Jerry will attest that it can accumulate and get, this ought to handle it. The one they got jerry rigged now, you don't know. But that's going on. The window and door projects are going as planned. We have only one, I believe it was only one vacancy, which is outstanding, you know. But I think everything's going on track up there considering the way things are nowadays. So,
Yeah,
nothing bad to report.
I was wondering if it was gonna get a little facelift there, looked like there's stuff going
They
on.
got the doors and stuff and them are, you know, they gotta meet certain codes, so they're not your average $110 Menard special. They're, you know, they're pretty pricey, but you gotta have them for safety and fire code, so.
Well, that was my whole point.
They
of
got the money and we're not trying to become the richest HRA in the world, you know, so we're gonna use it, that's what it's there for.
And if you don't use it, you lose it,
Well,
so.
and what's the purpose of saying, well, we got this much? Well, yeah, well, your doors are falling off, you know, it doesn't work that way, so we'll put it back in.
Well,
But that's it.
we use that as an example for our zoning ordinance.
Well, sure.
They set the bar for safety
We-
for families and,
You were advised that
Kids?
it's just like when you draw the bad person that comes in for your driver's license, they have inspectors out there that some are better than are. It depends on the draw, so the numbers aren't so high this year as far as other HRAs are getting rated. The ones that were getting 90s are getting 70s now, type deal. So be prepared. We were mentally prepared for perhaps a lower rating than the 95s we've been getting and stuff. But it's no reflection, it's just the luck of the draw, they say.
And we haven't been inspected yet, so.
No, we have not. So we're still pulling 95s.
Yeah.
anything else there, John?
That's it for me, that's plenty.
Joe? got anything?
No, I don't have anything. The only thing is the airport, and you touch up on that, and we don't have one of them until another week. So, I'm good.
Brian, you got any news or?
I have no news. John and I sit on the same board, so John did a wonderful job updating the council on our last meeting, so I'm good.
I count on you to catch me if I forget anything, and I forget stuff, believe me.
Well, we just had our meeting today with the school board concerning ice time. And it lasted about an hour and probably nothing got accomplished, but it's a start. It's a start. You got the right people in the room so we aren't getting second, third hand information. That's been the problem the last time. You can't even find out who gave the information, so this way, everybody's there. But other than that, I said, Jerry, anything on any house demos? I see they knocked the building down by the convenience store.
Yeah, no, I just saw some emails from Alan today. Alan can probably bring you up to date on that McKinley home. I think they're ready to do that.
Yeah, right now, the power and gas are disconnected. We're just trying to get a pre-construction meeting scheduled, hopefully later this week. And
Oh, okay.
We'll get an updated schedule from G-Men when actual demo is gonna happen. So,
They're pretty fast.
Would it take 2 days for that one to go down there? They took it all down in one day and then hauled
Yeah.
it away the next.
You see the nice the site looks too.
Oh, yes.
So they got done. Real nice job. The county, I think, is gonna demo some. I don't know if they're doing it this year.
They had 4 that they were gonna demo. They told us back in April, but it must be a list thing or backup or whatever. but
I know,
they never
it was
turned the
funny
sheet.
because I've listened to a few people and they came up and talked to me even before that went down. you know, they said, well, it's a shame that building's going down. Well, from the outside, it looks like a good building. I'm telling you, I was in there, the inside, the floors were buckled, and if people don't keep up with these buildings, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, they look good on the outside, but they're terrible on the inside. They're death traps. You know, so they got it looking good, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something there. It's just a matter of when.
Well, you know, when you're not heating in buildings anymore, things like that.
Oh, yes,
Then
terrible.
they fall apart quick, real quick. And that's kind of, well, we got some exciting things happening. That slip ramp, going on that, that's been how many years in the making?
It was almost like a dream until it finally, he gave us the okay on it. I mean, and I don't know if the people realize it's gonna go down in front of the rink and hook on to 37. So that will be nice, so you don't have to go all the way around, so when we talk about the slip ramp, that's what we're talking about.
It's gonna definitely change the traffic patterns on that end.
Well, it'll take the pressure off of the 5 seasons.
And it'll help them,
Intersection.
guys,
Yep.
you know, to get their trucks in and out of there and cars in and out of there.
People with trailers and items can just go straight that way.
Yep.
Hattrick will no longer be dead-ended on that south entrance. Yeah, it's kind of exciting. Get some positive things moving here. Well, I really don't have anything to bring up. Chief, how about you?
Nothing else?
How's that killer parking going, fella?
John, I had a couple people listening today. So
I understand
it's
that.
working.
Yes,
It's
yes, it
working.
is. Perfect, sorry.
Jerry, you got anything else?
Well, just to mention, Douglas, now they put the final coat on Friday of pavement. We're down there doing some landscaping now, sodding, so.
Looks like they're just
with
gonna
this
get it
extended
done in
weather,
time,
it Looks
eh?
like we might get her done close to it, I think. We'll have some punch list items and some other things to do.
Well, that's good.
Been along.
I drove down it today. It's nice like Roosevelt, just like riding on glass.
And
You know?
wide too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's a couple nice jobs there. Al, you got anything else to bring
Nothing
up?
else to add, Mayor, thank you.
Okay, Steph, you got anything? Jackie?
I have a couple things.
Uh-oh.
So earlier this fall, you folks passed a resolution so I could apply to Iron Range Resources for West Eveleth Apartments. They were awarded a grant. That helps them with the demolition of the buildings as they get into reconstructing them. And as you know, they got one previously last year. They made a lot of updates there. So this is another grant to help them out, bring that building up to some better codes.
If I may add that they ripped out all the old tar and all the big parking spots and all, and they're gonna really improve that.
It's very improved.
They ripped it all out, and they're
Yep,
gonna put new tar in,
Yep.
right down to the dirt.
Regarding 1104 McKinley, we did get a grant from the IRRB for to cover some of our demo costs, so that's really good. And then Teresa's here, maybe she can make a couple comments about Halloween at the hall.
We decided to open up our doors and have, invited the fire department to come with us for trick or treating. We heard a lot of, just through the grapevines and whatever, it's, times are changing, it's kind of scary to bring your kids out, so, we opened up our doors last night and had hundreds of kids. And they, oh my gosh, we all just have blast. And polite, nice, they take one at a time, we're like, take a few, So, it was just great, it was wonderful. And then, kind of on the same holiday note, we're gonna do the toy drive again in conjunction with Scenic Rivers Clinic here in Eveleth. And we're gonna move it this year, instead of having it at the clinic, we're gonna have it on the corner of Grant and Jones in that parking lot. And, so we're gonna be taking donations, that's gonna be, I think it's on December 3rd or 1st. Do you remember? Is it the 3rd? And so we're gonna, yes, and then we're gonna take donations for people who can't, from noon to 6. And people who can't make it during those times will accept new unwrapped toys at the fire station and at the clinic. So we have a flyer that's already made, you just need to approve it and get that sent out. And I think that's another really nice community thing. Our response last year was overwhelming, so hopefully with more advertising this year and a better location, it will be just as great. So we're doing fun things.
You know what the hardest part I notice nowadays for everything is getting the word out. There's so many things, social media, sometimes people use the papers, they don't read, they depend on one thing, and I think it's kind of hard to focus on something that gets the message out. There probably have to be more than one thing.
Sure. Yeah, and we're hoping to put some flyers up downtown in the area businesses, and the social media thing with Halloween definitely did the trick.
Well, that's good, so you found something that works.
So, which is fantastic, so, yeah. And word of mouth, and yeah, it'll be good.
I was thinking of something like, especially during the winter months, if you know they have sometimes entertainers for kids. I don't know if we can legitimately do that, like have at the auditorium, like a kids' night or something.
Or you could do it through the library.
Yeah,
Because
don't they have?
they're able to do programs for kids, and maybe there's something special and great they could do at the auditorium. I'll mention it to Mary Ellen.
Yeah, something like that, so, you know, so kids have some activity, you know, during winter months, maybe once a month to do something if we could. Get them together,
That would be great.
especially a big space like that, you know, the kids can sit on the floor.
She does
bring a
movies
blanket.
up at the basement of the library, that wonderful room that's on the south end that the Department of Revenue used to be, has a beautiful room, and it's accessible because the elevator's on the back side of the library. So I'll ask her what she's got in her schedule and see if there's something that she's just itching to do that we could do over there.
It gets back to what Teresa was saying, too, how exciting it is. It's fun to watch those kids, they get so excited, doing stuff, you know, and then they get something to look forward to. For the parents, still, and especially in the winter, you're stuck sitting home all the time. This way they can take them out and unwind a little bit, enjoy themselves. Teresa, you got anything else for us?
I don't think so. Couple more applicants.
Joel, you have anything?
I don't, Mayor.
Anyone from the audience? Steph, you have anything for us? Okay.
No midterm jitters yet, or?
It's your big day next Tuesday.
Pressure's on. Pressure is on. Yes.
Anyone from the audience have anything to bring up? If not, I'll adjourn the meeting.